Today we gonna do episode. Alright, today we gonna do episode 1 of what if Naruto had a domination seal. And basically the powers of these seals, I'm gonna give y'all one power right now, and I'm gonna give y'all a power, like more powers later on. And yeah, I already know. So basically, we got the power right now is domination. Basically, it's exactly how it sounds. He can dominate anything or anyone. Or nah, he can dominate anything for now. Yeah. He gotta, his stuff is like the shield hero. You ever watch that? How he gotta level up and his stuff? Yeah. So basically, he's like Naruto. He's walking throughout the village, and his seal is like, it's on his I'm gonna say it's on his back. Yeah. It's on his back. Nah, bunk all that. It's gonna be on his hand. It's gonna be in his palm. It's gonna move down to his forearm. Or where that bone is, whatever. Where that line is, where your arm is, it's gonna be right there. So basically Naruto walking through the village, and I'm gonna say he's not to getting jumped or finna get jumped by these kids because of her eyes. And then Naruto step in. He punch all of them. Or I'm gonna say he punches one of them, and the person, he falls dominant to Naruto, like no homo. He 18 plus 18 plus and stuff like that. There's gonna be like sex in here, there's gonna be some cussing in here and some more stuff. So basically Naruto, after he punched him, he just go obey Naruto. He not gonna be dick hungry for Naruto, cause you know that's how them girls be. So basically, Naruto, he says basically that person, he walks over to Naruto's side, and Naruto's like, "What are you doing?" And the little boy says, "I'm here to fight with you, Naruto." Put the paws up, and the other people were like, "You traitor! You sided with the demon, huh?" And they charged them boys. And then I'm gonna say Naruto side won. Just cause plot, they side won. Actually, no. I'm gonna say you know the boy who got the dude who got his bar, or he got a curse. He got like dominated sealed. Yeah. Basically Naruto, after they went into battle, after they went into the little skirmish, then after they went into the battle, Naruto says, looks like we won. And he sees the person that was just on the side punch him. Because basically, if the person feels pain, instead like like too much pain, they're gonna fall off of your seal. Basically, when I fall off your seal, they get back to normal. Either they can get caused by too much pain to get off your seal, or they can release themselves. But they gotta be like super strong. Not super strong, but they gotta be like moderate strong. Nah, they gotta be strong. So basically, Naruto, he says, "I thought you were on my side," and the dude, he socks him with that right piece, and Naruto, he passes out, or he gets knocked out, not passes out. He gets slept. After Naruto gets slept, basically, he not to go. Normally she'll be there, but I wouldn't say she hiding in the bushes. Creepy self. So basically, after she hiding in the bushes, you know, Naruto, he say, Naruto hit that. He wakes up. He says, "Where am I?" And he tries to move. He's tied down. He says, "Why am I tied down?" He tries to get up. And then he looks down and stuff, looks around. He finds out it's like pitch black. And then a person walks in and says, "Oh, you finally awoken, Nine Tails." Or yeah, you finally awoken. Oh, Beeman Brat. And basically, Naruto was like, and Naruto says, "Where am I and why? Why did you bring me here?" And basically, he's still, the man is still in the dark. He flicks the lights on. He flicks the lights on, and this is a random villager, like 7 or 8. Actually, nah. 10, like 30 or 40 villagers. Yeah. So basically, he said they crack their knuckles. Or the leader cracks his knuckles and says, "We're gonna have a little fun with you." As they get like torturing tools and stuff like that. And they just whooping Naruto and beating Naruto with it. And then after like beating him with it, Naruto, he's crying. He's crying so bad, the Kage, where that like you can hear outside the warehouse. I'm gonna say he gets his hand, or the leader, he's like, "Stop all that crying." He smacks Naruto in the face, and Naruto gets a scar on his face. Basically, his eye is like and yeah, it's like right there by his eye, and like it like slid down on his eye. He don't want a machete. And Naruto, he tries to hold back in. He's crying so much, and he holds it in the best he can, but he slips up a few times, starts crying. And so basically, actually, this is not gonna be what if Naruto had a domination tail. Freak all that. This gonna be what if Naruto. What if Naruto was insane? Or what if Naruto. I'm gonna find a name for it. Basically, Naruto, he's getting his stuff beat, and one of the villagers say, "This is getting boring," and he says, "Yeah." As they hit, he says, "Throw him to the curb." But before you do, let's all get a free licking. And basically, he says, "Wait, I know something." One of the people says, "Wait, I know something to make him burn even more." And he says, "Yeah." He says, "What is it?" He says, "I need someone to give me a kiddie pool or something that can hold water in it." And he says, "Gather some people." He says, "I want you to get some lemon juice, use some salt, use some lime juice." So basically, and some alcohol and peroxide. Basically, Naruto, he's like, "What are you gonna do to me?" They stick my boy trapped down, and he says, one of the people say, "I don't know." He says, "I don't know, you demon brat. You just sit there and wait for your surprise." 15 minutes later, they all came back with like a lot of orange juice and stuff like that. I mean, like lemon juice. Yeah, with like lemon juice, lime juice, and stuff like that. They poured it out in there. After they poured it in there, then basically Naruto, or not Naruto, but the man, he unties Naruto, and he says, "This is gonna hurt a lot." As he smiles, he throws Naruto in there, and Naruto, he tries to get back up, because of the burning. It's like 3 times worse now. He just to get back up and move, and he can't. Like they're holding him down. And basically, one of the people clunked him with like with the back of a machete. And Naruto, he started like getting drowsy, and he passes out. Basically, his eyes, his mouth is below water, but his nose is like just right there above water. Yeah. So basically, sorry for that. Basically, Naruto, he's like okay, I'm gonna say it. Naruto, he's like, he wakes up and he's like, where am I? And he gets up and he feels like a burning sensation in his body. He looks down and says, oh yeah. And they threw him out to the streets. He says, finally, I can get some rest. And basically, he walks back to the village. Or he walks back to his so-called crib. And yeah, basically, after he got his crib together, like he didn't really get it together. He just walked through it and he just, you know, he just like, hold on, he just like just lay down, cause Naruto, he didn't have no food, so he just went to sleep hungry as heck and thirsty. And then Naruto says, oh, I'm gonna have to go back to school tomorrow. They'll be looking at me, asking, how'd you get that? Look, the demon brat has a new scar. As Naruto looks down and says, one day I will kill them all. One day. So basically Naruto, he I gotta do whatever for this one. Basically Naruto, he says, I just want some help. I just want someone to be here. As he falls asleep, he goes in his mindscape. He sees 2 people. He sees the Nine Tails, and he sees Madara Uchiha. Yeah, reincarnation of Madara. You already know. But he ain't gonna be that. He ain't gonna be no freaking, what's gonna call it. So basically, Naruto, he says, who are you guys? And basically, I think that's who are you guys. Madara says, I am Madara Uchiha, the greatest shinobi to ever live. And Naruto says, okay, pretty cool. Then he says, what's that thing beside you? And he says, oh, that's the Nine-Tails Fox demon. And Naruto says, that's the thing that they bully me for, under his breath. And basically not Naruto, but what's his name? Bro, not Naruto, Madara. He's like, he says, kid, I know how they've been treating you, and I've been looking for someone to be reincarnated in, and seems like you were the perfect fit. And basically just Naruto says, you have no idea how, if I didn't say it, Madara said, I know how you feel. And basically, Naruto says you have no idea how I feel. I was just kidnapped and just tortured and tortured last night. And Naruto said, Madara says, well, life is life, kid. But I'm sorry that it had to come to you that way. And Naruto, he's like super, super mad. He tries to rush now. He tries to rush Madara. And Madara grabs his hand, his fist, and says, calm down, little boy. Your little power is no match for me. And basically Naruto says, whatever. And basically after he says whatever, then basically we see not Naruto. We see Naruto's he says, why is a filthy Uchiha in my body? And Naruto says, this is my body. You're just he says this is he just says he says what I just said. Yeah. And basically Naruto, he says, so looks like you're awake. And he says I didn't ask that. I asked what is a filthy Uchiha doing in my mindscape or in my body. And Naruto says, well, listen here. This isn't, he says, listen here. This isn't your body. It's mine. And you better learn how to respect it. And Naruto says, kid. Even if he says, even if I did choose to protect your body and treat it well, you would still be in my way. And Naruto says, what do you mean, in your way? You're not even doing anything. All you do is sleep all day. You don't tell me anything. And basically, what's that? The Naruto's. He's like, Naruto's is like, hold on. I don't know where I left off. I think Kurama, he said something about protecting Naruto's body, and Naruto said, if you don't protect my body, you will die. And Madara says, enough of that already. Listen, boy. You need to train so you can gain my power when I'm ready to give it to you. And he says, if I was the reincarnation of you, why am I not an Uchiha? And then Madara said, it doesn't work like that. If you get yourself reincarnated into someone, that means your power flows through them, not your bloodline, kid. And Kurama says, Naruto says, oh, well, how do you want me to train? And he says, I want you to go somewhere first, somewhere where I can train you. And Naruto said, how can you train me? You're dead. Well, he says, how can you train me? Aren't you dead? And Madara says, yeah, but you can bring me back. Basically, after he said, yeah, you can bring me back, Naruto, he opened his eyes. And after he opened his eyes, he was like widened them. He was like, where did I go? And Madara said, I want you to go 300 clicks. 300 miles from the Lee village. And you should see a waterfall. Go inside. Not okay. He's about to leave the village, or not leave the village, but actually, yeah. He's about to leave the village, and Ambu says, what are you doing? And he says, I'm just going somewhere. I'll be back. And Ambu says, no, if you leave the village, you'll be considered a rogue. Naruto says, I don't care. Honestly, I'll be back though. He just walking. Well, he was about to walk out, and two more Ambu showed up. Like the Jonin teachers. You got Kakashi, the people who led the tuning, not the tuning exams, but we got the torture, the dude with the scar on his face. He showed up. Kakashi and the dude who smoked. Basically they Naruto. I mean, not Naruto. Kakashi said, Naruto, I'm not gonna let you walk out of this village. That means I'll be failing your dad. And Naruto says, Naruto says, honestly, listen here. Whoever you three are, please just get out of my way. And they said they get their fighting stance. Besides Kakashi. And he says, are y'all two really gonna fight a little boy? And he says, Naruto, you see, the reason I can't let you leave the village is because you're the fourth son. And Naruto laughed and says, if I was the fourth son, why did he leave me? I thought he was supposed to be the greatest ninja of all. Looks like he says looks like he's the greatest ninja but the worst dad. And Naruto, he just started walking. And Kakashi, no, not Kakashi, the dude with the scars on his face grabbed Naruto by his collar. And Naruto said, he says, put me down. She started wiggling. Cause Naruto, he weak right now. Naruto says, put me down. He starts wiggling. And the dude slams him on the ground. And Kakashi says, you didn't need to do all that. And I'm gonna say Naruto, his vision is getting blurry. And he stands up and he says, fine, if you want to fight, I'll give it to you. And he trying to fight him. He tries to punch Kakashi. Kakashi, Kakashi, he just hold the punch. And he says, Naruto, listen here. And he goes to that Scarface dude. He says, you die for doing that to me. Naruto's chasing him. Oh no, he tries to punch him too. And basically the executioner dude, he grabbed Naruto's hand and he broke his shoulder, he broke his arm, he broke his everything, every bone in your arm he broke. And his wrists and his hands. He broke all of it. And Naruto, he screamed the pain. And he started crying from all the pain. Started crying. And he said, he was just saying, all I wanted to do was go train. And the dude, he opened his eyes. Because he didn't even know Naruto was finna go train. He opens his eyes. And he was like, kid, sorry. And Naruto gets up without strength, and he says, "Don't worry. When I come back, you'll be dead." He says, "No, don't worry. When I come back, you too will be dead. I'll kill you myself. And trust me, I remember faces and looks." And he says, "Thanks, Kashi, but I already have someone who I could rely on, and that's not Minato." He says, "And that's not the fourth." And he started walking. Kashi, he says, he wants to say, "Naruto, you gotta come back to the village, bro." But he says, basically Naruto. Basically, after he tells Naruto, or he wants to tell Naruto, he has to come out to the village. He looks at the dude with the scars on his face, and he says, "What you did was unnecessary. You now have to report this to the Hokage." And basically, Kashi, he body flickers to the Hokage's window. He jumps in, and basically Tsunade, or I'm gonna just say it's Tsunade, even though it's really not. I'm gonna just say it is. Tsunade says, "Kakashi, what's wrong?" Or he says, "What's wrong, Ambu?" And Kakashi says, "Someone." And he looks at the dude. He says, "Some people." And he looks at them two, and he says, "Almost beat Naruto to death." Or he says, "The dude with the scars shattered Naruto's whole arm, and he beat him. And so did the other one. He just beat him though." And basically, after he beat him, after he beat him, Naruto said, "No." And Tsunade says, "What? Why did you beat him? Or why did you touch our strongest person in the village?" And the Ambu says, "He's not the strongest. He's the weakest. He's just a little kid." And Kakashi, he gets angry and he looks down. Basically, Kurama, well, not Kurama, but Madara. Basically, we going back to Naruto. Madara, and actually no, not yet. He said, "Well, where's Naruto now?" Kakashi said, "I let him leave. He said he'll be back though." Really don't believe that, but let's see if the kid can keep his promises. And Naruto, he leaves and he leaves the no, we go back to Naruto. And he's just walking tired, hurting in pain. And Naruto was talking to him and he said, can't any one of you hear this?" And Kurama said, "No, I can't heal that boy. I can't heal that boy. That wound is too great for me." And Naruto says, "I thought you were the best tail beast." And he said, "I'm the strongest. I'm not the healer though. That would be I think it's a fourth. Nah, I don't even know. It ain't the fourth tails though. No, he said that would be Tsunade's release thingy, or the little slug. He said, yeah, she's probably the strongest healer in here on this world. Uh, uh Naruto said, oh, okay. And he just walking, and he sees a pig. Oh, no, no, no. He don't see a pig. He sees a little girl. Oh, no. This is a girl. She's about 18. And yeah, two people over there, like, throwing rocks at her and beating her up. And she just trying, like, not to get hit. Then they hit her in the leg. Nah, hit her in the left shoulder. And she said, my left shoulder hot. And basically, Naruto said, he runs over there and he says, hey, are you okay? And the girl looked up at Naruto. The girl looks up at Naruto. I mean, what? What did I say? What did I say? Basically, Naruto looked down at the girl and asked if she was okay. And she said, no. My ankle is sprung. One of my ribs are in my lungs. Can't breathe. So, her breathing shortens. Basically, he goes to, basically, he says, this might feel weird, but trust me, I'm just trying to heal you. And Naruto gets his hand, put it on them gazongles. And she said, what are you doing, you perv? And he said, no, I'm trying to heal you. And she said, oh, okay. And she's like looking away. And Naruto, he just runs with his 9 chakra starts to heal her. And she says, I feel way better. How did you do that? And Naruto says, now's not the time. And basically, he says, I want you to go hide. And follow me. But don't make it obvious. Or he says, follow me. Behind the trees and bushes. And basically, Naruto, he's walking. He's walking, and two men come up to him and says, hey, did you see a girl running around here? About 18 years old. And Naruto says, huh? A girl? Let's see. He says, yeah, actually I did see a girl. She went over there. I think she tried to hide in the bushes. And he said, well, Naruto said, well, look at your lady, man. He chuckles and he walks. And basically, them two, they start like, lady, that's not my lady. She could be though. So he get a dirty grin on his smile. He get a dirty smile. And Naruto says, no, now it's time. He grabs that tuku knife. And the man, they get like to some bushes. And he says, I don't see her. Keep looking. And basically Naruto, he throws the kunai to the other person's neck until the man who got the dirty grin, yeah, and then he looked over at whatchamacallit, at the other dude, and he killed him too with the kunai. But he ran up to him and chunk it in his stomach and drove it up to his chest and it killed him. And Naruto went to the girl and she said, you can come out now. She comes out And she says, are you okay? And she says, and he says, yeah, I'm fine. She looks at his hand and says, what is this then? And I just said, oh, that's just blood. And she says, why do you have blood on your hands? And he says, Naruto says, well, um, well, I just kind of killed two men for you. I had to get them out the way. And Naruto's like 8, no, Naruto is like 4, like, nah, 6 years old. She's 18. I got something to plan for them too. Yeah. So basically, Naruto, he says, you can come with me to my journey if you want. And basically, Naruto, what not Naruto, um, she says, oh, okay. And Naruto says, by the way, what's your name? I never got it. She says, my name is Kiyomi. Bro, yeah, it took 30 minutes to find this picture. After she says, my name's Kiyomi. I think Naruto already said his name. So I'm gonna say, he says, well, Kiyomi, you can follow me, or you can come with me if you want. And she says, okay. She like 18, and Naruto's like 20 or something. 6 years old. He gonna get like a super age boost, but you go see. You go see what I'm gonna do. Basically, Naruto, she says, where are we going? Just where are we going, Naruto? And he says, well, we're just going to a waterfall so I can train. He says, we'll just go to a waterfall that my pops told me to go to. And he says, who is your dad? And he says, Madara Uchiha. And she snickers and says, you're not an Uchiha at all. You have no resemblance to one. I'm a real Uchiha. And she says, Sharingan. She says, see, I have the Sharingan. And Naruto says, no, I'm his reincarnation. But he says, I'm his reincarnation. And he says, he told me to come to this waterfall so he could train me and don't know how. Or he said I could resurrect too. And Naruto, they walk up on a waterfall. And she says it's so beautiful. And Naruto says, yeah, you could say that. And Naruto, he started, Naruto wasn't like wasn't so weak to the point that he ain't no chakra control. So he just walked up on the little thing, the rocks. He walked up on the rocks and he got to the waterfall. Like, it's like a cave behind the waterfall. You got him to that. And and Kiyomi walks in shortly after. And they see stuck a tombstone. And basically, Madara says, dig up my body. And I'll give you the next step when you're done. He says, okay. And basically, Naruto, he says, I don't have a shovel. I'm gonna dig up this body. She says, no worry, I'll do it. And Naruto says, no, no, I don't want you to get your hands dirty. She says, no, it's fine. And basically, she she did a woods earth style. She got the now she got the grass out the way. And basically after she did the earth style, Naruto said he sees a casket. He like picks the casket, or he tries to pick the casket up, but it's too heavy. And she says, "I'll help you." And they pick it up. And Naruto, he's looking down, and she says, "Are you okay, Naruto-kun?" And he says, "Can't let a girl stronger than me, not stronger." And basically, he's angry that Kiyomi is stronger than him. And she chuckles and says, "Naruto, it's okay. You'll be stronger than me one day." Naruto says, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." So they open the casket. They see Madara's body still intact. He says, Naruto says, "Madara, how is your body still intact? I thought you were dead." And Madara says, "It is, but I'll make sure to put a seal on my body. So this could, just so we could come to this day." Naruto, Naruto said, okay, what juicy do you want me to perform? And he says, what jutsu do you want me to perform? Madara says, this is gonna take a lot of power. But he looks at the nine tails and says, he will help you. And Grandma says, no, I won't. That boy will be doing it alone. And Madara says, perhaps I need to control you again. I'm pretty sure it was Madara who controlled him. He says, perhaps do I need to control you again, Nine Tails? And Kurama says no. And he gives Nine Tails some power, like a little bit more than enough to break the seal or revive him. And he says the thing is called reincarnation, or he says we will be doing, or a reanimation. You'll be bringing me back to life fully. I see Motor starts stretching his arm and says, and Naruto says, okay, I will, or I'll try my best. And basically, Naruto, he's after he says, I'll try my best, he starts pouring Naruto's chakra and doing hand signs, um, but like he's doing hand signs at the same time. And he's just doing his side, and his eyes start to bleed. And Kiyomi says, Naruto, are you okay? Naruto says, I'm fine. Just stand back. And he just keep doing it. And Naruto been doing this for like 2 hours. And Madara says, kid, keep pushing. I can feel my life force coming back. And all my power. So Naruto says, Naruto, he does this for another hour. And Madara's back. Madara jumps up. He looks at Kiyomi. Or he like gets up from his coffin. He's still in his armor though. And he looks at Kiyomi. And he slams her to the wall. And or he like his hands on her neck. And he slams her to the wall. And he says, who are you? And Naruto pushed him to the ground. Or tried to push him. But Madara's too strong for that. He says, oh, this must be a girl from a little boy. Naruto, and then she started blushing. Naruto said, "No, it's not my girlfriend at all." And he says, "You don't put your hand on a woman like that." And he says, "Mother says, whatever, boy." And he says, Naruto says, Are you still gonna train me?" Uh, and Madara, says, "Yes, first I have to go destroy that village." And basically, Naruto says, "What village? Which one?" And Madara says, "The leaf." And grabs Madara's wrist and says, "No, I'm the one who's destroying that piece of garbage." And basically, Madara says, "You're not even strong enough." And he says, "I'm not strong enough yet, but one day I will be." And Naruto, he says no. He lets go of his wrist and says, "No, train me, so I can get strong enough to kill those people." And Naruto, says, basically Naruto says, um, "When are we starting?" And Madara says, "Now." And basically, Madara says, "We're starting now." And Kiyomi said, "Can I train too with you guys?" And Madara looks at Kiyomi. Naruto says, "Yes." He says, "Yeah, of course." And Madara looks at Kiyomi and he says, "You're a new Uchiha." Uh-huh. He says, "What Sharingan do you wield?" And she says, "Only after 3 to 1. But I can get stronger and unlock the..." And Madara says, "You're weak." And he says, "Naruto, come here." And he says, "Your last name will be Uchiha." And basically, like I said, he's like 6 years old. And Naruto says, "Okay." And they started training. Basically, Madara just blissed Naruto. Naruto can keep up with Madara's speed at all. So he's gonna hit in every direction. So he falls down to the ground, clutching the ball, scared. And Madara says, "Get up." And he says, "I can't. You're gonna kill me." And Madara picks him up by his hair and says, "Why would I kill my reincarnation? That means I would die too, you moron." And basically Naruto, he says, Naruto says, "Wow. So you're not gonna kill me?" And Madara he slaps his hand. He like slaps his forehead and says, "No, get up." And Kyo, what's her name again? Kyoshi? Kiyomi. Kiyomi. I forgot her name, bro. Kiyomi. Kiyomi says, "Don't worry, Naruto, I'll protect you." And Naruto says, "No, I'm tired of you doing that. You're always helping and protecting me." As he stands up, and he has Naruto's chakra infused with him, and he says, "If you wanna," he says, "I'll give you a fair fight, alright, Madara." And he goes to One Tail's cloak, and he starts like not pounding Madara, but he getting like 1 or 2 blows in. And basically Madara, he's still faster than Naruto, cause Madara can easily whoop the One Tail state. So he says, he grabs Naruto's forehead when he's about to rush to him, or the back of his head, He slams it into the ground, and it breaks. And the ground, like, it has like Naruto's head head mark in it. And Naruto tries to get up, or he tries to get up, and then he gets up and he says, "My head." And Kiyomi rushes Naruto. I mean Madara. And Madara slaps the dog out of her. And basically, Naruto, he says, "Don't worry, Naruto." He says, "Don't worry, Kiyomi. I'll get him for you." And basically, they start. Madara says, "You two are quite a team." I just says, "I wonder how well you two would do with my full power." And he says, "Sharingan." And he turned on his Sharingan and his Rinnegan. And Madara, not Madara, um, not Madara, what's his name? Kiyomi, she like, her eyes begin to widen. It says, "I thought you were fake, but you really are him. You really are him." And she says, Sharingan, cause you haven't been using hers. And she says, "Fireball Jutsu." And Madara says, he laughs and says, that little thing is not gonna stop me." And Madara says, "Majestic Destroyer." And he says, "Flame Destroyer." This is a new jutsu. Or I'm gonna make up some new jutsus. He says Majestic or Flame Destroyer, and it overwhelms the Fireball Jutsu. And she starts getting burn marks from like scorched from the heat. And Naruto, he's like holding his hands out, and his hands are burning. And then he looks into the fire, and his eyes burn. And Naruto says, "Ah." As he walks forward closer to the thing, and she says, "Naruto, don't do that. No, no." And he walks in it, and he don't know he's walking in it. And when he walks in it, his body starts burning. And Madara says, "I went a little too overboard." And he trapped him in water style. Some water. I'm just give people with the chakra nations that I wanted to have. Madara says water style, and he cleaned off Naruto, and or like took the fire off of him, and he body flickers to Naruto, and it says Naruto. He says Naruto, "I'm sorry." And he says, "Naruto, I'm sorry." And he says, and he passes out. Basically, Naruto, he got like a burn marks on his back. He got burn marks on his back, his arms, and he got one on his neck. You know that cut that Bon got? That's what Naruto got. Yes, sir. So basically Naruto, he says he's in a bed, and Kiyomi says, "Naruto, I hope you get better." And Madara looks at Kiyomi and says, Madara does this and says, "You're disgusting." She says, "No, you're disgusting. You hurt Naruto." And Madara says, "That's not what I meant. What I meant was you're disgusting, because you're 18 and you like a 6-year-old boy." And, a 6-year-old boy. And she likes her blushing and says, I don't like Naruto. He's just just my friend. And Madara says, yeah, whatever. Of course, he's just your friend. And basically, Naruto, well, no, not Naruto. Madara says, love birds. And she says, like I said, Naruto is just my friend. But she's like super red saying this. And Naruto, he wakes up and he says, where am I? And basically, she says, yeah, you slid in the waterfall, Naruto. And we had to bring you in because Madara went a little bit too overboard and burned you with his jutsu. And Naruto, he says, okay. And he tries to get up and he falls to the ground. And she said, Naruto, you should rest for now. And he said, no, I can't rest. I have to get stronger. As he goes outside, and he said, like, I punch him back. But he can barely lift his arm. And basically, he can move his right arm, but he can't move his left. And he started going, or he's not going, but he started hitting with his right hand. And he builds up all the strength on his left hand, and he punches the back. And then he screams in pain. Because the brain locks. He screams in pain. Kiyomi rushes out there and says, Naruto, you shouldn't be doing this. And he says, yeah, whatever, Kiyomi. And he be in his right hand and left hand in the same spot for like 3 hours. And he leaves. He leaves and he goes to whatchamacallit. And after he goes to Madara's, and Madara says, no, Naruto boy, I'm sorry. And Naruto says, it's fine. As he just goes to sleep on his little bed. I want to say they have an extra bed because they gave one to they gave one to Madara. And he says, Kiyomi, you can sleep with me. She started blushing. It says, no, I'll sleep on the floor. Naruto says, no, I insist. Sleep with me. And she says, okay. And Naruto, after she says, oh, okay. She like super happy. So basically Naruto, he lives on his, well no, I'm gonna say he gets in the shower. And he washes all the blood off. Don't please don't ask me how they got in the shower in here, okay? Whatever I say and it don't make sense, a what if is a what if. So basically he get in the shower and turn on the water and blood just start flowing off of him. And he says, of course. And basically he can't even clean himself because his body hurts so bad. Or his left arm hurts. So does his feet and legs and chest and torso. But after he got done from the shower, he still had a lot of blood on him and cut marks. So he laid down. Kiyomi said, Naruto, I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you today. And Naruto said, no, it's fine, Kiyomi. I'm the one supposed to be protecting you anyway. And Naruto, Kiyomi says, no, she says, no, I want to protect you, Naruto, Naruto says, and Naruto says, yeah, but I'm gonna protect you. And basically, after he says, but I'm gonna protect you, he goes to, he goes to, he gets closer to Kiyomi and he hugs her. And she started blushing super hard. And he says, Kiyomi, can we, he says, I know it's gonna sound weird, but since I'm 6 years old and you're 18, but he looks at her and says, can we cuddle? And she says, of course, Naruto. And basically, Naruto says, okay. When he smiles, basically, he presses his face into her gazongs. And she says, Naruto, she gonna put your fish right there. As she's looking away and blushing at the same time. And says, I thought you said we could cuddle. And he says, she says, no, that's not cuddling. That's you putting your face in my gazongs. And basically, Naruto says, and Naruto says, oh well, it's worth a try though. And he removes his face. And he turned around. Well, no, I'm gonna say that he started hugging her. And yeah, basically they fell asleep together. Cuddling. Yeah. And then Naruto wakes up, Kiyomi's still there. And he says, maybe this is my chance. He looks at her gazongs, and he looks at Kiyomi, and she's knocked out cold. And basically, Naruto, just like Meliodas, he starts squeezing on things, and she wakes up, and Naruto says, just checking your heart rate. Your heart rate felt pretty abnormal, as he started moving to side, and in circles. And she says, Kiyomi says, Naruto, get your hands off me. And she done said, she says, Naruto, what are you doing? And he says, I'm just checking your heart rate. I said that. And basically he sticks his whole face in there. He says, okay. Yeah. And he says, well, your heart rate is normal. And she says, oh, okay. Okay, Naruto. And she says, and Naruto says, after she says, okay, Naruto, he moves his face and his hands. And he gets up and says, well, I'm gonna go take a shower now. And after he says that, basically, after she said that, Naruto said, I'm gonna go take a shower. She says, okay, I don't care. She still super happy. Naruto touches her gazongs. And basically, Madara walks up to Naruto, and he says, listen here, boy. In 3 years, or he's 6, I think it's 20 exams start when you're 12 or 13, say it's 13. He says in 7 years you'll be going entering the training exams. And Naruto says, what are the training exams? Madara says it's basically a test of power. You test your power and fight against other kids. The kid who most likely has the strongest power will win. And the top team will become Chunin. Or it says the top few selected will become Chunin. And basically Naruto he says, um what is a Chunin? And Madara he face palms and he says, I'll tell you when you get out there. He says, I'll tell you later. And he says, okay. And Naruto, get back in the room, get some clothes. He sees Kiyomi gone, but he don't know where she at. So he took off his clothes. Actually, no. I ain't finna do all that. He walk in the restroom with his clothes. And he sees Kiyomi like super naked. He just closes the door. Once he closes the door, bro, he gets a boner. He's like, what is this pain? What is this extraordinary, well, not pain. He says, what is this extraordinary feeling? Oh my god. And basically after he says, what is this extraordinary feeling? Madara walks up to Naruto and he says, you're a freak. You're a perv too. And Naruto says, no, I didn't know she was in there. And Madara says, whatever, kid. And basically, he goes, Naruto says, well, I guess while she's training, I could train. Well, while she's showering, I could train. And basically, Naruto is training on the roof. And, well, he's training on top of the waterfall. And basically what he's doing is perfecting some jutsus. He perfected like most of the jutsus. And he says, oh yeah, that Chunin exam's gonna be a breeze. And he looks at the sky and he says, this is the life that I always wanted. A life with just peace and no hitting me. As he starts crying. And after he starts crying, basically Naruto, he says, or yeah, Naruto says, toughen up, can't be crying. And he wipes his tears. And Naruto gets back down to the stove. He gets back to the stove. Well, not the stove, but to the crib. And he sees Kiyomi. Kiyomi looks like this, basically in the picture. And he says, what'd you get? Naruto. He just like, oh, that look good in the muck, boy. And so basically, Naruto, he says, so it looks like it's my turn. He gets in the shower, gets out, and he says, my burn mark still hurt. I'm at shower. fucking millimeter horse. And he says, so, not actually, no. Naruto says, but I have to toughen up and train and get strong. And basically, Kiyomi, she is, wait a minute. Actually, no. I'm gonna say Kiyomi age down a little bit. Cause I just noticed if Naruto's 20, she was gonna be 40 years old, and I wasn't having that. So I'm gonna say she was 10. Yeah, 4 years older than Naruto. And then we do actually after Naruto gets at the shower, he says, um man, and he goes to a train with Madara, and basically Kiyomi says I think his wound still hurt. And Madara, she runs outside with Naruto, and she has Madara. Naruto comes wounds still hurt. You should probably go easy on him. And Naruto said my wounds don't. Naruto said my wounds don't hurt anymore, and he's lying. He just wants to train at full potential. And as she says, Naruto, I see you holding your arm. It's not fully healed. You should rest. And Naruto says, what do you mean? As he lifts up his arm, but it hurts so bad. And he waves it down. He says, see, I'm perfectly fine. And basically Naruto, he's like, when around Naruto, Madara's like, should I trust her, him? Naruto wants to get stronger. And so does she. But I'm training Naruto right now. And he looks at Kiyomi and says, I'm sorry, Kiyomi, if Naruto dies from this. And Madara blitzes Naruto. And Naruto, he didn't see Madara, and Madara neck chopped him, but he thought I beat him in his stomach and beating him in his back. Basically, Naruto started crying about the pain. And he gets up and he has the Naruto's eyes over him. And basically when he has the Naruto's eyes over him, he says, I'll win this battle and I'll become stronger than you. And basically they start going out all out training. But Madara, he's winning by like 10 million. And Naruto only got like 2 hits in. Madara stops and he says, I'm surprised you got a hit kid, little boy. Or Naruto. And Kiyomi, he says, Naruto, you still hurt. Come up here and rest. And Naruto, he said, no, I'm not Kiyomi. I'm fine, I have it. I'm gonna beat him. And basically Naruto, they just training. And they just training. Then we'll do a time skip for 13 years old. Yeah, 13 years old. And we do a time skip. 4, 6, a 7 year time skip. Naruto is 14 or 13, and I think Kiyomi is 15. But then she would be 17. She gonna be 2 years older than Naruto. So she's 15 and he's 13. And I'm gonna say Kiyomi, she already blossomed. You know what I mean? She already went through that period of her life. You know? Yeah. Naruto have to. Basically, mother says, today you fight. Today you will fight in the Chunin. Naruto says, seriously, Dad? And mother says, yes, my son. I would say Naruto's hair been turning black. He got like blacker. It started getting black, and then it slowly just turned to black. Cause he's like on his way to becoming Uchiha. Don't ask me how. Just know he is. Even I don't know how. Just plot reasons. Plot reasons. And Kiyomi and Sasuke are sisters, so I didn't say that. And basically, he's like Naruto. He's like Naruto is like, finally, I can show everybody my power. And he says, Madara says, don't get too cocky with your power. There still might be someone stronger. And Naruto says, okay. Kiyomi says, okay. Naruto, do you wanna start walking? And Naruto says, yeah, we can if you want. And they start walking. And basically Naruto, he says, Kiyomi, just know, if you get hurt, I'll be there for you, okay? And she smiles, and she says, thank you, Naruto-kun. And basically Naruto, he says, well, Kiyomi, I have something to ask you, or to tell you. And she says, okay, Naruto, whatever you want, you can tell me. And basically Naruto, he got close to Kiyomi. He's taller than her too. Don't ask me how, he just is. And he says, yeah. And he's like, he just killed me. She said, just say it, Naruto. And he says, no, never mind. And basically, Naruto, he says, let's just keep walking. She's really down, because she wanted to know what Naruto said. And he says, oh, sorry. Naruto says, kill me. Kill me, he says, kill me. We're almost at the village. I'm just saying that they sat, rest, came back, rest, like that. And basically, Naruto says, he says, oh, kill me. We only have a little bit to go. As they keep walking, like another 15 minutes, or jumping through the trees. And they get to the leaf, and they get to the leaf, and Naruto, he's about to walk through just the gate, and Naruto, well, no, not Naruto, um, the Ambu says Naruto, well, he says, you there, boy, what are you, what are you doing, trying to come into our village? Imagine, imagine this, and Naruto says, just a traveler, and, after Naruto says that, actually, no, let me get closer. Naruto says, sorry if you can't hear me, but basically Naruto, he says, I just want to get some food and join the tuning exams. And he says, okay. As Naruto gets to the tuning exams, he sees the first round already over with. And basically, yeah, he rushes in, and he go down to and basically Naruto, or the Ambu says, he thought sus about Naruto, so he says, come in, wait, we need to do a body check. And they body check Naruto, and he has kunais and all that stuff. And he says, you have to drop those now. And Naruto says, how, he says, so I can't use my ninja tools in the training exams? And the Ambo looks up, and he like, then he says, just leave me. And the Ambo runs away. Or he's like, just go. And basically, Naruto walks to the village, and everybody's like, is he Uchiha? What the girl next to him? Is she Uchiha? And Sasuke walks up to Miria. Yeah, Sasuke walks up to Miria and says, Sasuke, um, Naruto says, basically, everybody's like, no. And then Sasuke walk up to them and says, he says, are you two Uchiha? And, and Kyle just thinking. And basically, he said, they were just silent. And Naruto looks at Kiyomi, and he says, Kiyomi. And Sasuke remembers that name, and he says, little sister. And he tries to hug her. She says, don't touch me. He says, don't touch me, Sasuke. And she says, he says, but we're family. And he sees, he sees, Kiyomi says, after what you did to me, I'll call you my brother. And basically, Naruto, he was like, what, Sasuke was like, but, Kiyomi, we're supposed to be, at the Uchiha compound. And why are you? And he looks at Naruto. And he says, "Are you Uchiha too?" And Naruto says, maybe, maybe not. And Sasuke says, "Are you Uchiha?" And basically, he says, like I said, I could be, could not be, don't know. Well, he said he don't say it, don't know. He says, yeah. Basically, Sasuke says, yeah. As he says, he looks at his sister. And he says, I'm sorry he says, I'm sorry for treating you that way. Just come back to me. And she says, no, Sasuke. All you probably want to do is hit me when I talk about. And she says, oh, you're probably just going to hit me whenever I talk about Itachi. And how it wasn't his fault that he killed the Uchiha clan. And she gets, and basically, she, or not here. Oh, what's his name? The dude who, bro, Loki forgot. Oh, Sasuke. He says, he gets up and he about to hit her. Says, don't say his name. Like he screams, don't say his name. He's about to hit her. And Naruto, he grabs Sasuke's hand. This is very inappropriate of you, Sasuke. I thought you were going to treat your sister with respect. And basically, after he's about to hit her, Naruto stepped in, grabbed Sasuke's hand, flipped him over, and she says, Naruto, that's enough. I might not like him, but he's still my brother. He says, okay. And after he says, oh, okay. And basically, Naruto, he lets Sasuke go. He says, next time I won't hesitate. I don't care who is family or side. Basically, not I would say Madara. He had an M on his or like right there by his neck. And yeah. Then they start walking to the training exams. And basically, he write them. Basically, Naruto was like, well, Kiyomi, are you ready? She says, yeah. She says, yeah. And Naruto says, okay. I don't know where we left off. Let me just say, they were just walking to the training exams, and